Hi, this is Shawn Zenz, Engineering Team Lead at Enable Technologies. This video will walk you through Enable's flagship product, N-central. First, we will explore the architecture, and then move into the platform itself. The N-central platform can be deployed onto a dedicated server or virtual machine within your infrastructure, or hosted by Enable. Upon installation, N-central deploys a Windows probe onto an existing server, like a domain controller or file server. The Windows probe will scan the environment, discovering any device with an IP address. When the probe discovers a Windows device, it'll proceed to deploy a Windows agent to the device, which in turn will apply best practice monitoring and alerting. N-central is a multi-site or multi-tenant tool, meaning that all of your small to medium-sized businesses will be managed through the same portal. With integrated antivirus, backup, help desk, patch management, which includes the most in-demand third-party products, these can be added to N-central. This allows MSPs to standardize on a service delivery model, which in turn will minimize costs. N-central has the capability to integrate with leading PSA or ticketing tools to automatically create tickets, export device asset information, generate billable items, plus much more. There are many forms of remote control built right into N-central, ranging from Microsoft Remote Desktop to screen sharing, and much more. Part of the N-central core platform is reporting. With built-in technical and customer-facing reports, you'll have 3 months worth of retention at your fingertips. These reports can be branded, exported, and emailed with scheduled delivery automatically to your clients. In addition, N-central data can be exported into Report Manager, a SQL-based server that would be hosted in the same location as your N-central server. Report Manager can retain 7 years worth of reporting, providing additional business-level data and allowing for completely customizable reports using Microsoft Report Builder. N-central can be branded to your liking, including colors, images, and text, helping you promote your brand to your prospects and your customer base. Attended Remote Control is designed to help you connect to those unmanaged devices or customers that are not currently within your N-central server. You could direct them to the login page and proceed to an attended remote control session. Each time you log into N-central, the default view is the active issues. This is where critical problems will appear and where actions can be performed. Here, you will find the device name, problem, issue time, alert status, and more. Using the N-central's filtering engine, with just a few clicks, you can quickly reveal the cause of server warnings, failures, and issues that are not being addressed by others. From this view, you can drill into a service for greater detail. Here you can see that the full backup has failed for our integrated backup manager. You can use this information to troubleshoot the issue further. Dashboards provide an overview for critical devices and services. Here's a view of all device backups across all customers. Hovering over any one of these services will provide you with a snapshot into service details. Also, you can launch remote control of any device from this view. N-central has over 200 unique built-in services, plus a library of custom services that can be imported to your on-premise N-central server. Here on the All Device view, you can select any one of the devices for monitoring. Let's select a server. On the Status tab is a list of all services or monitors currently applied to that device. Each one of these services has a built-in best practice threshold. If you dive deeper into, for example, the disk service, you can see exactly why the service is currently in a normal state. Here you can see the disk is currently within the normal threshold, but should it fill up, N-central can automatically alert you. You can adjust the threshold by simply clicking on the Thresholds tab and modifying. On the Self-Healing tab, you can have N-central take an automatic corrective action. By selecting Warning and Failed, you can have N-central take action like restarting a Windows service, executing a VBS, batch, or PowerShell script, or running an automation policy. After the action completes, you can receive an email that the problem has been resolved automatically. For example, Self-Healing can be set in a template to automatically take action on the disk service for all Windows servers. Automation Manager is a complete visual workflow designer. How many technicians in your company are scripting experts? Maybe you're a technician and the only scripting expert. Automation Manager enables users to create scripts without having scripting experience. Using Automation Manager, you can take your top 10 call drivers and develop diagnostic and resolution policies. N-central has a ton of built-in automation policies. These are a mix of both reactive and proactive actions. Perhaps someone has locked themselves out of their computer. You could, on demand, unlock remotely as a reactive action. Or you could proactively schedule some device maintenance. Let's go ahead and launch the Designer, where you can visually see these operations in action. There we can create a scheduled maintenance policy. Here we are in the Automation Manager. Let's create a new policy. Let's name it Shawn Scheduled Maintenance, and the description will be the same. In the Automation Manager, you have the capability to drag and drop objects. There are over 550 unique objects on the right-hand side. Any one of these objects can be dragged and dropped to the middle of the screen. What we'll do here is go through some of the objects built right into the Automation Manager. If you wanted to, for example, delete a file, you could simply search for delete and then drag and drop the delete file object. It will ask for a file path, so add the file path to a local file on your device. This will run in real time against your local machine. Let's create a policy for scheduled maintenance. The Automation Manager doesn't require any sort of scripting knowledge or scripting background. If you would like to create a policy for scheduled maintenance, you can very quickly drag and drop each one of the objects in a series. What is important to know when creating a scheduled maintenance policy? What you really want to know is if a user is currently logged into a machine. If they are, you probably wouldn't want to restart their computer. If you're including actions that restart a device at the end of the policy, you will need to know if someone is logged in and perhaps even interact with that logged in user. Let's check if the user is logged on. Drag and drop that object. Input the domain and a username. Since you might plan on using this policy against thousands of devices, go ahead and put an asterisk in both fields. Now when you run this against the local machine, it will execute that object. Here's the output. What's nice about the Automation Manager is that you can test everything in real time. Here are the two outputs, the result field and a conditional field. If you want to know if the output of the object is user logged on, run the object and review the output at the bottom of the screen. In this case, it's true. Next, let's put together a very sophisticated policy. After you check to see if someone is logged on, add an if/else statement. What this will do is if a user is logged on, it'll perform an action. If a user is not logged on, it will perform an alternative action. When a user is not logged on, what will it do? Well, perhaps your scheduled maintenance could be flush DNS, clear event logs, perhaps empty the recycle bin. As you can see, you can drag and drop any one of these objects. There are plenty of examples of scheduled maintenance, so you can keep going if you wanted to. What if someone is logged on? What should you do? If you are scheduling this in the evening and someone is logged on, perhaps you want to interact with them. You're going to give them a prompt message. The title bar will be scheduled maintenance, and your message will be, "It is time for scheduled maintenance. Click yes to proceed." How long will they see this message before it goes away? You can set the message for a number of minutes, perhaps 2. Just because they are logged on doesn't mean they are active. You can give the end user a yes or no prompt message. When you run this against your local machine, it is going to check to see if you are logged on. If you are logged on, a pop-up message will appear. Here you can see the pop-up message with a yes or no button. Go ahead and click yes. In the results, you can see that the result equaled yes. Now you can add more logic to the policy. If the end user clicks yes, you can have the policy automatically proceed and perhaps flush DNS, clear event logs, empty recycle bin, check disk, delete temp files, etc. Whatever your scheduled maintenance entails. As you can see here, you can combine as many objects as you would like. There are over 550 unique objects right within the Automation Manager. If you would like to run some sort of action or actions that are not captured within an object, you have the ability to run script. You can drag and drop the run script object into your policy and paste PowerShell script. Again, you do not need to have a scripting background to create these sophisticated policies. As a technician on the help desk, you can create policies for your top call drivers that diagnose or resolve the issues. Once you are happy with your completed policy, you can click Upload and send it back to Incentral. From the All Devices view, you can select as many devices as desired and perform actions such as file transfer, script run, AV scan, execute an automation policy, and more. Running an automation policy against these devices, you can select the policy that you wish from the drop-down menu, even send a message to a logged-on user, or users on demand. You could run the action now, once in the future, or on a scheduled basis. There will always be certain tasks that you want to schedule automatically, such as the scheduled maintenance policy we created earlier. The scheduled task profiles is where you can define multiple actions that will be automatically assigned to a certain type of device, and not just devices that exist in Incentral today. When you onboard your customers, these tasks will get automatically associated to new devices. A rule is the core automation in the Incentral platform. This workstation rule will not only assign the scheduled task profile you created, but will also assign workstation monitoring and alerting. This rule also allows you to enable AV, patch management, and configure backup of your devices. In those situations where you need to gain access to a device, Incentral has several built-in remote control options. If you wish to share your screen with an end user, you can launch a Direct Connect, which enables you to get onto an end user's desktop and troubleshoot a problem. There, you could file transfer, remote print, and draw or highlight items on their desktop. Direct Connect also allows multiple technicians onto the same session for training or escalations. For servers, simply RDP. For network devices, SSH, Telnet, or open a web console of a device like a firewall remotely. In situations where Incentral has detected an issue and you would like to connect to a device without interrupting a logged-in user, connect using Remote Support Manager. RSM enables you to perform regedits, command prompt sessions, start-stop services, kill processes, etc. RSM is tab-driven so that you can multitask using several tools to resolve an issue without interruption. All of these remote control sessions are tracked and reportable. When it comes to network devices, the Windows Probe has the ability to monitor various technologies. Here's a managed switch. On this device, we can monitor connectivity, web console availability, interface health, traffic, plus much more. Incentral retrieves this information using SNMP, SNMP traps, TCP, among other technologies. You can collect reportable asset information on this device as well. And of course, like any device in Incentral, you can launch remote control on demand. VMware servers are a critical part of your infrastructure and your customer's infrastructure. Incentral has API-level monitoring of VMware servers. Here's an example of a VMware server that is under management. You can automatically discover and monitor VM health using the root account during the discovery process. You can retrieve utilization statistics from the hardware and each of the individual guests. Each of these services is based on threshold best practices developed with both VMware and the enabled partner community. With Incentral, you can manage both Windows and third-party patches. Using a cache system, you have the ability to download patches to one location at a customer site and distribute internally, reducing bandwidth consumption significantly. Each device under patch management will receive a patch profile that defines how often it checks for patches and when to install patches. How the end user interacts with missing patches is also defined within the profile. These profiles can be used on as many devices as you would like. Each of these devices have a patch status service added to them, which will communicate which patches are missing or approved for install. To approve a patch to a device, simply select Approve/Decline Patches. Pick the desired patch from the list, and right-click to install the patch on a group of devices. Each device follows the install schedule listed in their patch profile. If you like, you can choose to install a patch immediately. Now, let's look at maintenance windows. On each of our Windows devices, we have a tab for defining maintenance schedules. Here you can assign windows in which a device is allowed to restart or install software packages. These schedules can be set using rules, allowing for scalability and ease of deployment. Built right into the Incentral platform is a complete AV or anti-malware solution, AV Defender. AV Defender is powered by Bitdefender, recognized as the #1 AV technology in the world. AV Defender is easily configured, deployed, managed, monitored, and reported on through Incentral. With pre-built best practice profiles for various types of environments, deployment and configuration is second nature. Here in the default profile for laptops, workstations, normal protection, components are listed in order with the ability to edit each section. Some of the key features include behavioral analysis, controlling access to the internet like Facebook and certain applications, built-in firewall, and of course, industry-leading antivirus and anti-malware technology. AV Defender deployment consists of a single checkbox. Here on a Windows device, select Install Security Manager and pick the profile. AV Defender automatically installs during the maintenance window and configures the monitoring for you. Incentral will now proactively alert you of any AV or malware detections. Backup Manager is a built-in backup software that is managed straight from the Incentral console. Powered by CA's ArcServe D2D, Backup Manager is a block-level backup solution for Windows devices. Backup Manager will back up a Windows device within a client site to another resource in the same site, like a Windows server, USB device, NAS, SAN, etc. From there, you can replicate from the customer site to perhaps your location using an optional replication license. Let's open up a profile for Backup Manager, which includes the entire configuration for the backup in a single scalable location. Choose whether you back up certain volumes or the entire machine, and how many recovery points to keep. What's unique about Backup Manager is the fact that it can do a single full backup and then perform infinite incremental backups without ever having to run another full backup. Built-in compression and encryption makes your backup small and secure. Here you can choose how often to perform a backup, all the way down to every 15 minutes for those critical servers and constant data changes. Backup Manager can restore recovery points, files or folders, bare metal restores on similar or dissimilar hardware, and even application restores like SQL databases or individual mail messages in Exchange. Assigning a profile to a device triggers the install of Backup Manager during the maintenance window. Backup monitoring is automatically applied and alerts are set. Help Desk Manager is a powerful tool that can automatically generate service requests based on monitoring alerts. Help Desk Manager also allows end users to create their own tickets on demand. Based on the severity and type of problem, Help Desk Manager can proactively create tickets and automatically route them to the correct technicians. When the issue is resolved, whether through self-healing or by a technician, the ticket may be automatically closed with the time and billing rate assigned. Your end users can create tickets with their own user accounts in the fully branded console. When selecting a built-in category or a custom service type that you define, a frequently asked questions section is dynamically delivered, presenting the end client with common troubleshooting steps they can perform to resolve their own issues. These FAQs are created by you and presented based on the category type. Computer assets are also linked to the end user's account, meaning that when a ticket is created by a user, Help Desk Manager automatically links the ticket to the user's computer. This, of course, can be overwritten or modified when necessary. End users can also review previous tickets and reopen a ticket should they need to. The ticket portal can also be used to present a message to users such as mail servers offline, making it unnecessary for an end user to create a ticket for a known outage. When a technician logs into Help Desk Manager, you are presented with your tickets. Here you can review metrics like number of tickets coming from a particular user, number of tickets from a particular client, etc. Selecting a ticket gives you all the information related to the ticket. You can add notes or even change a service type if the end user fills in the wrong details, or perhaps describe the issue poorly. You can go ahead and assign billing rates or schedule due dates for the ticket. When I comment a resolution, perhaps I want to share the troubleshooting or resolution steps with a frequently asked questions section should someone experience similar symptoms in the future. Remote control to the device may also be launched directly from the ticket. The dashboard view is one of the most exciting views in Help Desk Manager, presenting you with an overview of all of your tickets at a high level. Action rules are a very powerful component of Help Desk Manager. Action rules really help you define workflows for common support requests. A great example of this would be onboarding a new user at a customer site. When a new employee is hired, what needs to be done? Perhaps create a new user in Active Directory, assign a mailbox, make sure they have a laptop to work from, or even make sure they have a key pass to enter the building. All of these items must be completed. Pressing play can create a ticket for each of these items and place the task in a queue for the appropriate resource to resolve. Action rules is a very powerful feature to save time and energy for repetitive workflows. N-central has the ability to manage both iOS and Android devices from within the core platform. The All Devices view shows all of the mobile devices. From this screen, you can add new devices, send messages to users, reset passcodes, erase entire devices, lock a device instantly, and even show its last location on a map. Clicking on a device will allow you to review asset information, including which apps are installed, the device's warranty details, and more. On the Profiles tab, you can see any configurations currently applied to the device, and even perform enterprise wipes by removing all corporate information should this user ever leave the company. Just like many other N-central components, mobile management is profile-driven to help ensure an N-central technician does not need to do something twice. Reporting is a very important component of managed services. It is how an MSP communicates value. N-central has built-in core reporting with 3 months of data retention. These reports can be scheduled, branded, emailed automatically, and exported on demand. Additionally, an MSP using N-central on site can also optionally use Report Manager. Report Manager provides an MSP with 7 years of data retention and create completely customizable reports using Microsoft's Report Builder. One of the fantastic reports built into Report Manager is a Site Overview report. This report was designed to be sent directly to a customer and generate minimal questions, rather than providing a 20-page report that your customer will likely not read. This report is precise and direct. Report Manager includes many types of reports, those with more content for on-site quarterly or yearly reviews. Thank you for taking time to learn more about N-central and the N-able product suite. For more information, please contact sales@n-able.com.